Hello, and welcome to the 2021 Bicyclist and Pedestrian Count Project training video. In this particular video, we are going to be talking about intersections. My name is Lauren Nagel, and I'm in the FC Moves department, and I'm the project manager for the Bike Ped Count project. The first thing that we would love for you to do is to log into Engage and digitally sign a waiver. Engage is the system that you signed up to volunteer in, so hopefully you know how to navigate there and log in already. This screen is going to be the first thing that you see once you log in, and just click on that link and then you'll be able to sign the waiver. There are several reasons why we count. We really want to understand traveler behavior in our community. We also want to document any trends that we see. And we're also looking to justify infrastructure investments that we've previously made. And then we're looking to the future, and we would like to generate data to support the planning of future infrastructure investments. This year, we're counting on 2 days, Tuesday, September 21st, and Saturday, September 25th. On Tuesday, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., we'll be counting at intersections. And from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we'll be counting on trails. On Saturday, September 25th, we'll be counting from noon until 2 p.m. and we'll be counting both the intersections and trails at that time. In order to prepare for your count shift, there are some things that you can do. Please review your count forms and instructions thoroughly, and then make sure to check the weather and then dress for it. Plan to arrive about 10 minutes early so that way you can get situated and get everything prepared before it's time to start counting. And then we definitely ask that you stay for the entire 2-hour count shift. You're going to want to bring several things with you. Bring your count instructions and your count sheets. Bring something to write with like a pen or a pencil, and bring a hard surface to write on if you need it. Having a timepiece in order to observe time is also very important. And then optionally, you can bring sunscreen, hat, or water, whatever it is that you need to make sure that you're comfortable counting. Let's get familiar with our count sheets now. Please fill out the following at the top of your count sheet. I've circled the date, 9/21. I've circled the time period that I'm counting from, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I've filled in my volunteer name, Lauren Nagel, and I've circled the weather, cloudy and cold. I've also taken some notes about things that I've observed while I was out counting. You have several diagrams as part of your timesheets. Each diagram represents a unique 15-minute time interval. On this example sheet, we have the time interval of 0 to 14 and then 15 to 29. And that continues on down for the entire 2-hour count shift. When you arrive to your count location and start to set up, make sure that you position yourself based off of how the streets are shown on your count sheet. So for this particular location, you would go to the southeast corner of the intersection. It's noted by a blue star. Make sure that you tend to your safety and pick a spot out of the flow of traffic somewhere on the sidewalk. You are also noting direction of travel when you put your tally marks into the count sheet. Here, the northbound travel is noted by C1, C2, and C3. And then the southbound travel is noted by A1, A2, and A3. Eastbound is D1, D2, and D3. And then westbound is B1, B2, and B3. You can use the compass at the upper right-hand corner of the sheet in order to help you. We're also going to be noting turning movements. So if we look around the different parts of the intersection, we can see that we can have people turning left, we can have people going right, and then we can have people going through the intersection. If we look at A1, you can see a red arrow. That's an example of what that turning movement looks like. And then as you work your way around the diagram, it's true for all the other directions that you see. And then you can look here. These are all the right turning movements. And then there are through turning movements. Where all of those red arrows are, that's where you would put your tally marks. So let's look at an example. If somebody is traveling on a bicycle down column A2 into the intersection, you would then put one tally mark in the through lane for southbound movement. So you can see here I put one tally mark in there. What about this example? What do you think where do you think we would put our tally mark here? This is the behavior. The person is eastbound and they are making a left-hand turn. And it was only one bicyclist, so we're going to put one tally mark there. You might be wondering what to do if somebody's riding on the sidewalk or the crosswalk. If you look at this red arrow, you can see that this person is heading southbound on Mason Street, and then they've turned to head to the west direction, but they've done it all in the crosswalks. The location that you would put your tally mark is actually into column A1. It was one cyclist making a left turning movement heading southbound. After adding a tally mark to the diagram, add one to the appropriate box at the bottom of the tally sheet. So here is where we want to note bicyclists who are wearing helmets, bicyclists that may have been on the sidewalk, and then we're also observing lots of e-devices this year, and you can include information about them at the bottom of the paper. We're going to review that in just a second. So here are some examples of e-bikes, e-scooters, e-skateboards, and one-wheels. For e-bikes, you're going to want to look at the actual bicycle and see if you can see the presence of a motor or a battery. These can be located anywhere along the frame or on a rack behind the bike. E-scooters are pretty easy to recognize. There's a deck that a person stands on while the device is moving forward. E-skateboards are a little bit trickier to differentiate from a regular skateboard, but maybe you can look at the way that the person is behaving, if they're putting their foot on the street or not while they're moving, or maybe listen to them and see if you can hear them go by. And then one wheels have a very particular look to them, so hopefully it'll be easy for you to recognize those. And then just to remind ourselves about what things look like or what our spin devices look like, our e-bike share and e-scooter share bikes have the word spin on them and they're orange, so they should be pretty easy to recognize. Ultimately, we really want you to count the number of people, not the number of bicycles. So in this particular example, if this family passes you by 5 times, how many cyclists would you record? The answer is 20. There are 4 humans, but only one bicycle, and if they pass you 5 times, that's 20 tally marks you would put on your data sheet. We don't want you to note the gender of anybody that you observe. We're not interested in you counting pedestrians, so don't worry about them. Just focus only on the bicyclists. And then we're not interested in anything gas-powered, even if it is traveling on a sidewalk or in a bike lane. Sometimes it can seem like it's just too much. Capture all of the information that you can, but remember the total count of bicyclists is the most important. We ask that you return your count sheet ASAP. You can text a picture, you can send an email, you can fax them back to us, or you can drop off or mail your count sheets to our offices at 281 North College Avenue. And thank you so much for your volunteerism. We couldn't do this project without you.